So welcome to the midway point of the 2052 season. Now I can tell you in this video, there's transfers that will please you and disappoint you. Join that club. It's been an up and down season. I would say it's been our worst season in a long time, but there's still potential. Which, yeah, it's a strange one. But the rankings are in. The league has moved up 2 places to rank 19th now. So we are now just behind the Croatian top flight and the second tier of the German league. And you can see also with the second highest 3-star team league. So hopefully we'll go up 3.5 star as well soon. In terms of the club rankings, we are still ranked 17th in the European club rankings. Coefficients wise, very disappointing. So we are 16th. We are 16th, which is mad. It's mad to 16th. The problem is, top 15 get 2 spots in the Champions League, so we're still 1 spot behind that. Hopefully we can get in that top 15 at the end of this season. Hopefully. But we'll have to see how that goes. So the first signing to join us over the summer is Matondo. He is a Angolan striker, only 18 years old. We picked him up for nothing. He's going to play in our under-18/B team and just see how he does. I think there's a lot of potential there as a poacher. So yeah, just see if he settles in well. If not, he's valued very highly considering we paid nothing for him, so there is profit from this player. The next player, coming back for his 3rd stint at the club after 2 attempts in England, is Kasper Markwadson. Joined us back for 27.5 million at the age of 29. It was steep, but we were very, very poor in the first half of the season defensively, so it was a deal we had to make. Now, also coming back to help us defensively is Kim Harder. Now, Markwadson and Harder were our central defence partnership the last few seasons. Where he has come back, he's not going to be first choice. Klein, our homegrown academy player, is going to play alongside Markwadson. But Harder comes in as a backup to them two, and he adds depth which we were lacking. Picked up this sneaky little player from Manchester United's youth team on a free transfer. Roland Smith, I think he's a decent player. Nothing world-beating, but I think he looks alright. Now this was an absolute steal. Coming back for 3.5 million is Otterson. Now we needed more depth in goal. We only had our academy player, Norrgård Munksgaard, who obviously is now 31. So coming back at the age of 24, after going to Tottenham, then Gladbach, he has come back for 3.5 million. That's an absolute steal. And he is going to be a rotation option now. And honestly, I think it's a great signing. A player who we were trying to pick up from Midtjylland, he ended up going to Hoffenheim. Now, when he was in Midtjylland, we were looking at paying probably about 11 or 12 million. We've ended up bringing him from Hoffenheim for only 7.75. Matthias Müller, I think, is a very, very good attacking midfielder. Really, really pleased to bring him in. Great balance as well, which just means he can move in and out and get into them positions a little bit better. And finally, another player to come in and play for our B team and just see how he develops is Steve Dawes. Comes in from from Burnley. Says last club was Watford. That was because he was on loan at Watford was he on loan at Burnley from Watford? He was, okay. My mistake. But coming in on a free transfer, he looks a very talented central defender. If he continues to develop, maybe he'll get in our first team. If he doesn't, we'll sell him and cash in on him. So with the ins done, let's look at the outs, shall we? It's not the best. I am very disappointed. So MJ has gone to HJK on loan, Hansen to SJK, Thompson, one of our youngsters, gone to NSI in the lower leagues. We saw Bertelsen. He was never going to get close to our first team. Danish, we were hoping he would become a national team player, but no. So he's gone for 40k. Bit disappointing. Pointers Franson has left us after a good few years of the club had never developed. He's gone for 2 million to Silkeborg in Denmark. Prieto, who came in, I think, how much did we pay for Prieto? We paid 4.1 million, so I've took a bit of a hit on him. Selling him for 2.5 to Pumas. He just wanted to leave. He wanted more football. I said I can't guarantee you more football, and he just wanted to go. The next player is Ramuel Graham. He has left us for 3 million to Brentford. Obviously signed on a free transfer. 3 goals in 9 games. I just decided to let him go. He was taking up a foreign player slot. He wasn't the best, so he has moved on for 3 million. Then a couple of disappointing ones. First off, David Silva went for a total of 43.5 million. Now we paid 14.5, gone for 35 up front, which will rise to 43.5. I didn't want to sell him, but he did have a release fee in his contract. So unfortunately he has moved on to RB Leipzig, which is a bit disappointing, to be honest with you. And now when we talk about disappointing, Martin Hjella. We've gone off from Lazio. I rejected it. He kicked up a fuss, and the whole squad was then unhappy with my treatment of him. So we've ended up having to let him go for rising about 15.5. We got 12 up front, which was exactly what we paid for him. But it's just disappointing to lose such a good player. Oliver Hill has gone on loan. Silva, one of the young players we brought in, has gone to B36. There's 2 more sales. So first off is Horseng. Now, we paid a fortune for him. How much did we pay for him? We paid 2.2. I've sent him on loan to B36. He has gone on loan in our division, and he's a quality goalkeeper. So we have improved the club in our league with an option to buy him for 100k. So that's going to be a bit of a loss. And then finally, Gineppo, one of our wonder kids, for 18 million. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, sometimes you just have to accept a deal. And I know some people said, hold on to them, hold on to them, hold on to them. When players complain as much as this, we had to sell. So, and to be fair, he wasn't actually in our first team at this point. He was a backup. But we've sold him for 18 million, which gives us a slight profit for this season. We are in profit in terms of just generally this season, which is good, because it does mean we're well over our FFP, which is definitely good, because I feel like we really do need to strengthen this squad, especially attacking midfield. We've lost Inderberg and Hjella in the last 12 months. Now, we did lose the Super Cup. Vester beat us on penalties. We had 37 shots to their 7, 13 on target to their 4. We couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So moving on to the Champions League, first leg against SJK, and the game finished 0-0. Very difficult going to the second leg away from home. Now, away from home, they took a 1-0 lead. It came back to 1-1, 2-1 to them. But then we scored 2 very late goals. 86th minute equalised, then 91st minute winner, which saw us through to the next round. Which would then see us come up against Red Star in the playoffs. In a 4-2 victory in the first leg. Not deserved. We were 2-0 down. 2-0 down to come back and win 4-3 does show. 4-2 does show fight. But we were 2-0 down. Now the second leg ended with a 1-1 draw. So we through to the group stage, but we are shocking. We just don't look good. Now, group stage wise, we're going to be playing Michelin at home to start, away to PSG, away to Lyon. So very tough games. I honestly think maybe we can beat Michelin, but that's it in them 3. Hanover at home, I would expect us to win. Brescia at home, they are a very good side, maybe a point. Man City at home, I'm not sure. Then Lazio away. Then Aris of Greece away. It's not the easiest draw. Honestly, I think if we can get 11 or 12 points, we've had a good campaign. Especially with how we're playing. So this is our fixtures at the minute. You can see down here, we've just won 2-0 against Scala. But conceding goals in a lot of games, we just look weak. There's draws here. There's a draw in the league there. Work our way up. There's another draw. See, by the way, we lost our B team here. a draw here, we lost to KI here. If we go into the league table, we're only 1 point clear. We do have a game in hand, but we've won 16. We drew 4 games. Vesta at home, Suðuroy at home, Víkingur at home, and KI away. 3 home games we've not got the win. And then we've lost 1 game this season to KI. 4-3 with the last minute winner for them. Tactically, we have adjusted a couple of things recently. I've dropped back to the low line, just dropped the press back a little bit, and also I've moved to a standard passing directness and just slowing the tempo down. So we're getting tired very quickly with all of our games we're having at the minute. And also Runa, in the last couple of games, I've changed to a deep line playmaker instead of a Segunde Volante, just to try to add a bit more solidarity of 2 players in that central defensive mid position. Because like I say, we've just looked very, very weak on the counter and very, very weak just defensively in general. Couple of mentions then. Sulama has stepped up to Yella kicking off and has 12 goals and 14 assists from that right wing. As a wonder kid and a model citizen, he's definitely shown that on the right wing there. Freestad is crying like a baby that wanted to leave. I think at the minute he's calming himself down, but he's constantly acting up, and considering he's perfectionist and wonder kid, you think he would have a bit better attitude. 16 with 6 goals, 10 assists from attacking mid, and then McKengo with 29 goals. But when you look at that, 12 goals from the right wing, 9 from the left, 6 from attacking mid. 14 assists from the right wing, 11 from the left, 10 from attacking mid. 29 goals from the striker. But we look so poor. We look so poor. We get like 40 shots a game and can't score in some of them, or score 1 goal. It's been a very difficult season. Very difficult season. What I would say is I am very, very strongly, if I'm going my scouting, hoping and praying that Inderberg comes up as transfer listed again. I am monitoring these people because he is playing, but he's not doing well. He's only played 1 game so far this season, so maybe in January we can snap him back up and bring him back to the club. And it sounds silly to be letting people go and bring them back, but sometimes due to the attitude, due to them just not wanting to be here, we've got to let them go. But then hopefully we do get in that position to be able to bring them back. That's my hope anyway. But our squad of, like, you've got Otterson and Munksgaard as the rotation in goal. Then you've got Zoega right back normally. He is a bit injured, so Nylander's in there at the minute. Mark Quadson and Klein, our academy player Klein, who's developed into a top central defender. And then Kielstrup, our vice captain, who just mentally and physically carries himself as a top left back. And then you've got Yemeland and Runa. Solama, 16, Friegelstad and McKengo. It's a good squad. Honestly, it's a good squad. But we're just not playing well at the minute. At all. The final thing I want to mention is Runa, unfortunately, has a minimum fee release of 48 million in his contract. His agent would not budge on that when we signed him. We paid 40 for him, so 48 million release fee. Someone did activate that. I think it was Leipzig. But he rejected them to stay here. I've tried to give him a new contract, but his agent now wants a 30 million release fee. And also he won't sack his agent. So it's more just hoping now nobody will pay that again and he'll stick around. We're hoping. But yeah, that's it for the mid-season video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Drop a like on it if you did. Subscribe if you're new and you got to this point in the video. Why am I saying it now? Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.